Hello, Village Riverview and voters. Well, there's your illustrious board, and three of those five are rerunning. But what I wanted to do is share with you today a letter that one of the residents asked for about the budget and in particular about our police department and the percentage of the money that is used out of the budget to have our police department. Now, what's really interesting is that our budget is a little over $1 million, and almost 60% of the budget is used for the police department. Now that's not unusual, but it is unusual. And I say that like this: the city of Cool Valley, when they reach 60% of their budget being spent on their police department, they replace them. Now, I don't know why they did that. I don't, you know, I'm just looking at it from a person on the outside, and I'm wondering, why do you think they did that? And do you think maybe we should do that in the village of Riverview? Because we have other responsibilities. And of course, if we don't do something soon, that's what our board is going to do to all of the village residents. Here's something else that I wanted to speak to you a little bit about. Has to do with the sewer lateral program. Now this is being this paid for by all the residents. I think it's $28 out of your taxes that you pay on your real estate for a fund for all the village residents who may need sewer lateral work, meaning a collapse of their sewer. This helped offset the cost of doing that. You know, so it's just it's a program. A lot of municipalities use that. But what's really interesting in our case here in the village of Riverview, since 2008, they have had roughly about $116,500 paid out for sewer lateral work in the village of Riverview. Well, if you take 116,000 and you divide that by the 3,000, that'll tell you have roughly about we've had 38 collapses that the village of Riverview shelled out up to $3,000. 38 collapses. That's about seven and a half a year. And what's really interesting is that calling around to some of the other municipalities in the same size and even some larger ones, they average maybe one, two, maybe three a year. Now that begs the question: what in the world could we be having so many sewer collapse? It's just some food for thought. And then, of course, we all know they got gigged by the auditor for taking out $12,500. Of course, they didn't need that much. We all know, uh, but the state looked at that and said, "Shame on you for taking that kind of money out to run a program that really didn't need $12,500." But if you heap upon the stuff that the two of the board members were found guilty by the Missouri Ethics Committee and their dealings with the tax money when dealing with equipment and taking no bid contracts to enrich themselves with using taxpayers' money, it would give one to think, is there something else going on in the village of Riverview that the residents need to take a closer look at? I think there might be. You take a look.